This is my first video. I went 6 for 6 in the wild card round. I think I have a very good sense of football, and I think I understand it very well. I pick up on trends very quickly. I'm very good with patterns. I think that helps. And I wanted to share my opinion on the divisional round, and I want to make a lot more videos. I'm very passionate about football. I love football, so I want other people to see that and hear my opinion. So the first game we have is the Bills and the Broncos. I think it's going to be a great game. I do think Josh Allen really plays a factor here. If he lets the injuries get to him, the Bills have no chance. I don't think Mitchell Trubisky, or I think I might be pronouncing it wrong, I don't think he will be able to hold up in a playoff game. This Broncos defense is top of the line. I do think that the Broncos will win this game. I don't think it'll be as close as everyone says. This Bills offense just isn't enough, I don't think. I mean, Allen is injured. Coleman is useless. You can only do so much with Dalton Kincaid. Throw in a little bit of Dawson Knox. This Broncos offense, I mean, I love Bo Nix. Bo Nix is my favorite quarterback out of that draft class. Even above Drake May, I would take him. I loved him since Oregon. He was definitely my favorite to be the rookie of the year last year, but Jayden Daniels proved his way. Offensive rookie of the year. This game is just, to me, going to be based on the injuries of the Bills. I think if, Allen was 100% healthy, it would be a different story. But I don't see the Bills being able to take over this Broncos defense. So I'm going to take the Broncos to advance to the conference. Next, we have the Texans and the Patriots. I'm pretty confident in this pick. I think the Patriots will really shine in this game. This Texans defense, everyone knows, probably the scariest defense to play in football right now. Watching them it's super fun. They had like 14 points, I think, against Steelers last week, and they had another fumble on top of that. Christian Kirk decided that he was the next Justin Jefferson that game. I don't think it'll hold up. I think it was just a one-time thing. Nico Collins was carted off. I don't see him coming back. Definitely not coming back. So this is really just going to be Patriots versus the Texans defense. And if the defense can get to Drake May and they can bring him down, wear him out, get in his head, then I think this game is definitely possible to be an upset. The Texans are the underdog, but at the same time, it's not really going to be an upset if they win, in my opinion. Their defense is nothing to be looked over. They are scary. I think Drake May will have that late game throw that just wins it again. I think this will be a very close, they have Christian Gonzalez back. I think it'll be a defensive game, just like the Patriots versus Chargers. I think it'll be field goal for field goal until Drake May decides that he wants to win. When you have a wife at home that bakes and cooks for you every day, like Drake Mays does, I don't see him losing. So the only way that I see this team winning, the only way that I see the Texans winning are if the defense can just really get to him. But other than that, Drake May. Seahawks and 49ers. This one's good. I'm going to enjoy watching this game. The teams played 2 times in the regular season, very low scoring games. I think this one probably going to be pretty similar. I could see it getting out of hand though. I think the Seahawks team is incredible. People say that Sam Darnold is going to choke like he did last year. I don't think that Sam Darnold choked last year. He was on a Vikings team whose offensive line let him get eaten alive by this Rams defensive line. They had 9 sacks. That ties the NFL record. The last time that these two teams played, the Seahawks did win. The 49ers couldn't even score a touchdown. The 49ers don't have George Kittle. This one, in my opinion, is the easiest one for me to pick. They don't have, unless CMC puts the team on his back like he normally does, I don't see the 49ers having a chance. I think JSN will, have another JSN kind of day. I think this is his first playoff experience, so it's going to be fun to see him in the limelight under the lights of the Seahawks stadium. I can imagine it's going to be insane in that atmosphere. I'd say it's probably the loudest atmosphere in the divisional, maybe other than the Bears. But I do see the Seahawks winning, though. I don't think the 49ers I see a lot of stuff on social media that the 49ers are a sleeper pick here, but in my opinion, they are not a sleeper pick. The Seahawks are just simply the better team on paper, simply the better team to me, at least, very obviously, especially with how battered this 49ers offense is. So we're going to go with the Seahawks. The last game, the Rams and the Bears. Now, on paper, this game probably goes to the Rams, but for some reason, this game is really hard for me to decide. This Bears team is, they've shown it day in and day out. They don't want to lose. They will not accept a loss, at least. The most second half comebacks that I've seen since I've started watching football from a team, they are a second half team. Whatever Ben Johnson says to them in that locker room, I need a little bit of that. He is, in my opinion, brought this team out of the rut they were in. He improved that O-line for DeAndre Swift, sadly. Kyle Monangai, great. I did not expect that at all. But when you have a good O-line, I guess any running back could be good. So maybe that's what it is. Colston Loveland, beautiful. He's had a great season. I can see him performing. This Rams defense has only let one tight end have a touchdown this year. That was versus the Eagles in the third game of the season. That's actually a lie. AJ Barner had a touchdown in overtime and won the game. Wherever I got that from, I just saw the Seahawks there and I just realized, well, I just debunked my own point, so that was pretty useless. But McVay, Ben Johnson, I think this is a battle of the coaches. Matthew Stafford is having an MVP season. Does he deserve it over Drake May? It's a good question. I don't know. I honestly couldn't answer that. I think Drake May definitely is up there. I do think that Matthew Stafford has better weapons, which usually plays a part in the MVP role. If you have the weapons to throw to, you're most likely going to win the MVP. When you have Puka Nacua, you could throw a ball to the moon, and Puka Nacua would find a way to catch it in bounds. He is just the funnest person to watch. And, I love Devontae Adams, too. I love seeing him do good again on a great team. I want to see him win a Super Bowl. Left the Raiders, joined the Jets with Aaron Rodgers halfway through the season last year. I hate to be a Jet right now. Dante Moore going back to school with Justin Fields as your quarterback, and you get Tyrod Taylor backing him up. I do think that the Jets need to really lock in this off season. In my opinion, I think they should go for Kyler Murray. It wouldn't take much to get him. If it doesn't work, you have a couple first-round picks next year. You just take, Dante Moore again, if he's up there, or you take Arch Manning. go Horns. But that's really not my choice. So, um, but anyway, I do think that this Rams team will win. To me, it's just, you know, the Packers had like a 20-point lead going in, a 20 or 27-point lead going into the half. And then the Bears defense decided that they wanted to lock in, thanks to Ben Johnson, I assume. But I think this Rams offense is a lot scarier than the Packers. I don't think they're going to let up at all, especially with McVay. Kyron Williams, just a dog. I think at the end of the day, as much as I want the Bears to succeed, because I love Caleb Williams, I think he's a great quarterback. He's going to have a great career. But I do think that the Rams will come out here. So there we have it. I have the Patriots and the Broncos playing for the AFC, and the Rams and the Seahawks playing for the NFC. Those are going to be two exciting games. 1 and 2 seed versus the 1 and 5 seed. I'd love to see Bo Nix, go play for a Super Bowl. We'll see. I'd love to see Nakua, JSN. That's going to be a great game if that happens. But, yes, I will see you guys hopefully soon. Like, subscribe, all those great things. Let me know what I could do. I am hoping to make some more videos. It's kind of hard for me with school and work and sports and things, but I'm very passionate about football and I want everyone to know that. So I'm going to try to continue to make videos. I'm going to make a mock draft video someday, maybe next week it'll be out. But also I'll be doing my conference champion predictions. So I'll hope to see you then, and peace out.